Oh, here we go.
Tits.
Oh yeah, what's up tits? Let's do this.
Bring it on, bitch.
Ah boy.
Hi, it's Caitlin. This is my second video on my feminism project.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Whitey. It's a young, naive girl. You do realise I'll have to restrain myself now and not be a mega bitch. I want you to know that this is your fault. My audience like to see a good mauling, and because of your choice of video, now they don't get to see a decent bear attack. And the tits lovers need their bear attacks, so this is on you. That's your fault. That's your fuck up. And I may need to take out my bear aggression on you. So brace yourself, white cunt. Okay, keep going.
And in this video, I just wanted to talk about the wage gap and the pink tax, because I've noticed this is something that's been brought up a lot in my interviews and what I've been talking to people about. So the other day when I was talking to a group of people, they were having a discussion on feminism after I told them what my project was about and what my objective was. And one of the men brought up and he said, well, I mean, I don't really know if I agree with feminism, but I find that there is an issue with women having to pay more for things.
If women actually did have to pay more for things, that would be a huge fucking issue. That's sexism right there at its finest. However, that's not true. At least in America, that's not true. If a woman and a man were to go into any store here in America and buy the same exact products, they would literally pay the same exact price. No cashier is going around pulling down pants going, whoa, digging balls? Yeah, you get to pay less. You're good. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What's that? Vagina? Bush? You got a butthole? Guys don't have buttholes? Nah, you gotta pay extra, 20% extra, girl.
Yeah, sorry, love, but the cunt-face whitehead is right. There's just no case of discrimination between men and women when it comes to how much they are charged for the exact same product. With the exception of items where the price can be negotiated, but this comes down to bargaining skills, not set-priced items. Just 'cause you're on the twat team, don't mean you pay more for face cream. Just 'cause you rockin' a good old clit, won't make it more expensive to shave your armpit. Or take a shit. Get it?
And that sparked a conversation about people not realizing that there was products marketed toward women that were priced differently just because they were marketed towards women. So a lot of them are deodorants, clothing like t-shirts and stuff like that, where you can see they're the exact same thing or very comparable, and it's significantly higher for something marketed toward women.
Well, then just don't buy it. If a guy and a girl bought the same exact men's deodorant, they would pay the same exact price. If you're that upset that marketers are basically selling the same product wrapped up in a different way, then just don't purchase that product. Don't make this about sex and feminism and all that. Make this about marketing and business. I would like your video a lot more if you were like, hey, listen, this is what advertisers try to do. They try to sell the same product in different ways to make more money, and here's some tips to help everyone out. Remember, this isn't a sex thing. This is a marketing thing. This is a sales purchase type thing, because remember, men are married. Men get married to women, and men sometimes buy women's products for their wives. Men are also out there buying female razors, deodorant, soap, shampoo, etc. And guess what? He's paying for those products too. So he's also paying extra for what advertisers are selling to the consumer. And by the way, I'm 100% fine with advertisers doing this. I'm 100% fine with businesses selling basically the same product wrapped up in a different way for more money. If the consumer's going to purchase it, then why not? Just sell it.
And I think it's important to note that women make up a much larger percentage of the consumer market, especially when it comes to things like beauty products, groceries, and fashion. Given that more women are shopping for these things than men, it makes sense that businesses target their advertising towards them. Women also being so meticulous means that they are more likely to pay attention to details concerning price and quality of a product, which means businesses are more likely to supply a greater range of products to meet demand. I also think women are more likely to pay a higher price for something they believe to be superior in quality, and not to mention the attractiveness of the packaging. We might buy a piece of shit lemon car as long as the paint job was pretty. Ooh, Agons gets in trouble for that gender stereotyping.
Razor, shaving cream, shampoo, and a lot of things actually. And it was interesting to see that people had never thought of this as something that was an issue.
It's not an issue, it's just a thing.
Or they just weren't aware that it was something that was an issue for many people. And it was I just really liked knowing that I had brought attention to something that people weren't familiar with beforehand. And I also found it interesting that from talking about how women had to pay more for things, that a conversation about the wage gap ensued because they were saying, well, women get paid less and have to pay more, so how is that fair?
Oh, nuh-uh. I've done the wage gap enough. Privileged scumbag Whitey, you take this one.
They wouldn't be fair if they were true, but both of those things aren't true. Women don't get paid less, they earn less because they work less hours than men and they work in fields where the pay isn't as great. And also, women don't have to pay more for products. Women do not pay more for the same exact products. They're paying for a different product. Yes, it might be the same ingredients, but when it's wrapped up in a different way and it's sold to you with a higher price, that's you making a conscious decision on buying that product. You don't have to do that.
And it was just interesting to see how people were making connections and talking about their own experiences with how this one woman bought men's razors for her whole life, not even because the quality was different, but because the quality wasn't different and she would have to pay more for something marketed toward women.
Okay, love, I know your heart's in the right place, but I need to set you straight on some of these so-called issues. Let's do a quick search on men's razors and see what we find. So although men are offered cheap razors, they are also offered ridiculously overpriced ones too. This razor, I can't for the life of me figure out the fuck why, is priced at $249. So if you're a big dick player, pretentious twat male who just wants to feel like he has big balls because he bought an overpriced razor, then there are businesses out there that will meet that demand. Even here we see an old school straight razor priced at $354.60 for some fucking reason. Like that 60 cents is important because the handle is carved from whale cockbone or something. The point is, products targeted at men are also supplied within many different price ranges. Like this cologne at $414. Or this moisturiser at $170. And if you think men won't spend that kind of money, well, just think about how balls deep in fake-ass titties they'll be once they buy this men's perfume. Chicks will be gagging for it, but it will cost you over $100 to get that vagina going for you.
So I just found it interesting how there are statistics on how products marketed towards women are priced differently and also higher.
I don't find it interesting at all. I find it smart. You're saying a company can sell the same exact product for more money if they wrap it up in a different way? What? What company wouldn't do that? They're all jumping to that.
Even though they're the same quality or there is no difference in these products. So I just found it very interesting that not only had I made people aware of an issue, but how people found it an issue that they should be taking action against. So these men and women who I was discussing with who didn't identify as feminists or didn't see themselves appreciating or accepting the feminist movement became more accepting of why people still are feminists and why it is a movement and needed for people.
This has nothing to do with a feminist movement. This has something to do with businesses having great marketers, great advertisers selling you the same exact bag of shit for a higher price.
Yep, I'm afraid the white cunt's right.
It is up to you, the consumer, to educate yourself on the product that you are purchasing. If you're going to put your hard-earned money into a product, why not look into it before you purchase that product? And when it comes to your video, I actually do appreciate this. I appreciate that you're telling people this because some people might not know about this information. But it would be nicer to hear about this from you if you came from it with a business and marketing stance and not a feminist stance.
Because granted, there are so many more issues than the wage gap and the pink tax.
Yes, there are many serious issues facing women. Like here are a couple, for example. This woman, in protest of Saudi Arabia's strict laws on what women may wear and how they must cover up, has been caught and placed under arrest and will surely face severe punishment, likely a death sentence, for her attempt to make a statement about women's freedoms in her country. This woman, who was pregnant, another victim of acid throwing. The acid hit her belly and her partner in the attack. Sadly, many of these attacks are all too frequent in a bid to shame Western women for how they dress and behave in public, even though they live in a society that supports their right to live freely. Other attacks are simply because the women are too beautiful, and some resent that. So when you hear feminists fight so stringently for the oppression of a bullshit wage gap and taxes on tampons, when women are dying for their right to wear a skirt, or attacked for their beauty or freedom to wear what they want and behave as they choose to, the perspective on third-wave feminism and its incessant whining about petty first-world bullshit seems quite frankly both laughable and annoying as fuck to hear about.
But if it's something that's more tangible for people, I found, so that way they might become more accepting to the feminist ideas. And yeah, so those are just my thoughts and what I've noticed through my project. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much. Bye.
You know, you seem like a nice girl, so there's no reason to go in on you at all. And actually, a lot of the things you said in this video were correct, just the reasonings behind it weren't correct. Yes, some women's products that are the same or similar to men's products are sold at a higher price. Why? Because consumers are purchasing those products. It's not about feminism, it's about economics 101 and supply and demand. And also, you can't be blind just to the women's products that are sold higher than men's products. Look at products for tools, car parts, sports tickets, beer. Those are things that are marketed towards men, and the vast majority of consumers for those products are men. And guess what? Cars, Yankee tickets, and a good toolbox cost a lot of fucking money. So at the end of the day, this isn't about feminism. This is about business 101, economics, marketing, advertisement, consumers. This is all about business. That's all this is about. And with that being said, thanks so much, Sugar Tits.
Oh, you're welcome, white cunt.
Hell yeah, this collab was baller. And whenever you want to ditch bearing and come to a real country, I'll take you under my wing and fly you over here to America. I mean, seriously, Australia? That's Antarctica's dry cousin.
Hey, don't go knocking my penile colony, okay?
Ooh, we have kangaroos. Yeah, fuck that. We got Philly cheesesteak and Derek Jeter over here. So anyways, thanks again. Later, bye. White YouTuber, out.
Watch it, Whitey. That's my bed. Tits out. Hey. If you haven't followed me on Twitter or Instagram, you should totally do that. 'Cause it would, be totally cool to interact with you badass bitches.
Do it. Do it.
So you should totally go do it.
Okay? Do it. Do it.
All right.
See you there. Tits.